What's up YouTube, Capital G here. So we have some interesting information that Konami dropped on us last night. I was actually in the middle of streaming and we were discussing this on the live stream, and that is Konami has officially revealed and I guess announced the next Gold Series, Premium Gold, Infinite Gold. This is going to be released next March 2016, March 18th. And that's probably, if I just had to take a wild guess, I would say that that's a Friday. Konami is, I mean, they're known for releasing a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh products on Fridays. Friday makes a lot of sense because, you know, kids don't have school the next day. Usually there's a lot of weekend events like regionals and locals and whatnot. And this kind of coincides perfectly with this year's Gold Series Return of the Bling. I mean, this came out what's it called? This came out March 20th or March 19th, depending on where you were. But for the most part, it's just a couple of days. So probably it is released on the same exact day of the week. Now, this is going to be, from what I can see, very similar to Return of the Bling. Says number of cards right here, 91. Same thing, set size 91, and it looks like there are going to be the same. It looks like it's going to be two rarities. You're going to get the gold secret rares. Those are going to be like a lot of brand new cards. Those are going to be kind of the higher, more sought after cards probably. And then you've got the gold rares. Those are going to be, it says, you know, these are popular cards that can gussy up your deck. So those are probably going to be reprints of a lot of the game's most played cards this year. I don't know if I really would expect much stuff from Secret Forces because that entire set was already hollow, but I mean, maybe a lot of the cards from like maybe Cross Souls, the new challengers, maybe Secrets of Eternity. They might go into Clash of Rebellion. I don't know if they'll, yeah, I'm thinking Clash of Rebellion will probably be it. So, you know, you might see like the Clown Engine reprinted as like gold rares. You know, you might see some reprints from like, I'm crossing my fingers for like maybe Draco Slayer. Maybe that'll like get leaked or something like that, but that would be fantastic. If we can get like a reprint on that, maybe some Magic Specters. This is all just wishful thinking and guessing, of course. One of the big things that they revealed is that they're going to be reprinting some YCS prize cards, most notably 106 Giant Hand. For anybody who held on to this card, I don't know why. I saw listings on TCG Player. The cheapest ones were like $1,000. I would have flipped this for $700 in a heartbeat. The card is good, and it's gonna be like awesome that everybody gets one, but you have to also try and like keep in the context when this is going to be released. This is coming out next March. We know that Breaker of Shadows is releasing Cyber Dragon Infinity, like an infinitely better version of Giant Hand. You know, we know that every deck is probably going to be using Solemn Notice, which is, you know, a effect negation that everybody can run for 1,500 life points. You know, and I think Giant Hand, if this would have been like reprinted in last year's, or excuse me, in this year's Premium Gold, like Return of the Bling, Giant Hand would have been like so good because we were in a format where every deck wanted to, like, they had their key normal summon and Giant Hand would have just been able to negate that. Like, you know, this was right after Secret Forces came out. So you look at a deck like Necrise, they want to go Maju Sanju, Giant Hand negate, win game. You know, Sertella Knights, they want to go Altair Deneb, negate, win game. You know, Yosenju's, all of their summons, you know, they get additional summons negating any of those, just wreck them. Shadow wanted to go burning, or they wanted to go like Mathematician. That's a good negate. And then you had like Burning Abyss. Burning Abyss generally wanted to get like Torgat. So, you know, those were a lot of cards that something like Giant Hand could have negated. In the upcoming format, I don't really know, man. It seems like we're just going to have a better version of Giant Hand, and I don't know if it's going to be a trigger summon format. You know, obviously Magic Specters, you can negate all of those. You know, that might be a deck where Giant Hand is really good against, or maybe against like Scrollback Joker, it's good against that. But in general, if your opponent Pendulum summons, like, I don't know if this is really going to stop it. Although it is pretty good to, if you're going to Pendulum summon and you want kind of a defensive card, but you don't want to run traps, like Giant Hand is really good on that because your opponent has to go into an Xyz eventually to try and mount you, and you can just detach. So let me know what you guys are feeling about this next Gold Series. I mean, It's good because I've discussed in the past, Konami has really neglected the YCS prize cards. I mean, some of these cards were prize cards 3-4 years ago, and it's like, come on now, you can't have 4 years without reprints. These cards aren't even that good anymore. Giant Hand obviously is still pretty good, but you know, I have really high hopes. I mean, hopefully they'll get some cards from Clash of Rebellion, because that would give us a whole lot of good stuff. You know, maybe they'll even go into like Dimension of Chaos. We can get like Odd Eyes Rebellion, or excuse me, like Odd Eyes Fusion reprinted, or you know, maybe we might see some nice rarity bumps like Cosmo Forerunner as like a gold rare and stuff like that. So it's gonna be interesting to see what's in here. I just wanted to let you guys know in case you hadn't heard. Thank you guys for watching as always.